some point, you've probably heard someone say, "You're the hero of your own story." Pretty nice thing to say, right? But who can prove you're not also the hero in theirs too? In fact, that might just be an understatement. Who's to say you're not the hero in everyone else's story? Or maybe not even a hero, but the sole reason everything exists. It sounds egotistical, bold, and absurd. And it is. But you can't deny you've thought about it. It creeps into your mind at the strangest times, lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, trying to sleep. You start to freak out. Why am I here? Why do I see the world through my eyes, and yet it feels strange that I do? No matter what you believe in, whether it's religion, science, or philosophy, this thought lingers because it's outside of all that. It's the kind of idea that can't be proven or disproven, and that's exactly why it never truly leaves. You are the heart of your universe. Everything you've ever seen, felt, or believed has been filtered through your own consciousness. It's not something you can escape. Your experience of reality is yours alone. But everything you've learned, every fact you've absorbed comes from outside your consciousness. Yet, why does this one thought, "What if it's all about me?" stand apart? It doesn't rely on logic, evidence, or even belief systems. It exists outside the rules. No matter how much someone tries to convince you otherwise, the argument could just be part of the show. Their words might not even be real. They might not be real. How could you know? This idea isn't new. The 1998 movie The Truman Show is based on it. Jim Carrey's character Truman lives in a world where everything revolves around him, literally. His family, friends, and even strangers are actors. Every moment of his life is scripted. The movie resonated with so many people because it touched that universal eerie feeling. What if everything around me is staged? So, if you were Truman, why would they even allow a movie like this to exist? Wouldn't it make you question things? But it's not only the movie. This concept has roots in philosophy too. René Descartes famously said, "I think, therefore I am." It was his way of proving his own existence. But beyond that, he couldn't be sure anything else was real. Not only that, but solipsism is built around a theory that suggests only your mind is certain to exist. Everything else is just what your consciousness created. And obviously, this very same video you're watching right now, its sole goal is for you to question this, right? And now you'd think to yourself, why on earth would an illusion so desperately try to expose itself? But that only deepens the rabbit hole even more, because that might in itself be a trick to make you come to a conclusion on your own terms and ground, while secretly you're being manipulated into it. It's like watching a magician reveal how their trick works, only to realize that the reveal is part of it. But you could never trust me if it was true, so why am I telling you this? It's another layer of the same paradox, and it keeps going infinitely. It's basically a bottomless pit of questions. And the more you think about it, the more unsettling it becomes. What if this is its way of safeguarding itself? This theory messes with your mind because it forces you to question everything. It denies no belief. Heaven, hell, reincarnation, or a complete lack of purpose could all exist within this theory. But it also questions everything at the same time. You've probably felt this in small ways, moments that seem too perfect, like when you think of someone and they call you, or when life feels a little too relatable, like when you decided for 2 raindrops to race on the windshield, and suddenly everyone's posting about it like, "You guys did this too." It makes you feel so similar to everyone, except it could just be the universe tuning into your little thoughts, copying some and stealing some away, creating gaps in your memories and blaming it on time. Before you were influenced by everything around you, before you started learning what the world is, what's right and what's wrong, it's almost as if there was nothing there, like a blank slate. You don't remember what it was like before you were born, do you? But if there were things to remember, it's hard for me to even speculate what kind though. But hey, let me know if you could think of something of the sort. However, we humans try to find a reason for everything. So even within this theory, we say the universe, or some power, is doing this, testing you. But what if you're everything, and that's it? No higher purpose, no grand plan, just you, existing, surrounded by everything you've created. No one behind the curtain pulling the strings, just you, experiencing the world and trying to figure out why it exists at all. That might be scarier. Part of what makes this idea so haunting is its resistance to explanation. We've studied the universe in such great detail. Atoms, galaxies, the laws of physics. But this one thought refuses to fit into any framework. It lingers because it can't be confirmed or denied. Of course, it doesn't have to be a controlled simulation with puppeteers in the shadows. It might be even darker to think that it's not controlled at all, that there's no purpose behind it, no grand design, just you, existing in a world that began when you were born and ends when it chooses to. It doesn't care if you die or not. It could follow you to the afterlife, if you believe in one, or reincarnate you as yourself, or something else. Who's to tell? You were born into a world with impossibly low odds of existing, at a time when humanity knows almost everything about the outside world but still can't confidently explain its own existence. It's like the perfect setup for you to ponder this very question: why am I here? And despite the unease it brings, this idea is strangely comforting in its own way. It feels personal, unique, even special. You can discuss it with yourself better than you ever could with others because it's tied so deeply to your own experience. It's a thought that fits no belief system yet denies none. It's an idea that questions everything yet provides no answers. And that's what makes it impossible to forget.